A lovely good afternoon and welcome to ICU TV Lunchtime News. My name is Miriam Deborah-Gamani and here are the stories making headlines. Lungu's body remains in South Africa amid ongoing investigations. IBA issues guidance to broadcasters on coverage of former President Lungu's remains. And later in the news, police launch manhunt over theft at Kafula Rural Health Center in Samaya. And in international news, Iran blames US over stalled talks at maritime tensions raised in Strait of Hormuz. And in our sports news, Zambia beat Rwanda 2-1 to seal place in 2026 FIFA Under-17 Women's World Cup qualifiers next round. More details coming shortly. Welcome back, and now the news in details. The remains of former President Edgar Lungu are still being kept in South African state facility as investigations into the cause of his death continue. Authorities have maintained custody of the body while the South African Police Service carries out the probe. The Zambian government obtained a court order to repatriate the body for a state funeral, but the process has been put on hold. Two Mountains Burial Service (Pty) Limited has indicated that the remains will not be returned to its care, as the body has since been moved to a state facility to allow investigations to proceed. Meanwhile, the Lungu family secured an order from the South African Supreme Court of Appeal, stopping the earlier ruling that allowed the transfer of his remains to the Zambian government. The late president died on June 5, 2025 in South Africa, and burial plans remain uncertain due to the ongoing legal dispute. The Independent Broadcasting Authority (IBA) has issued guidance to broadcasting stations on how to handle coverage relating to the late former Republican President Edgar Lungu, urging professionalism and caution in reporting. The authority says the matter remains of high public interest and must be handled responsibly. The IBA has advised media houses to rely on credible and official sources, including authorized spokesperson, to avoid the spread of unverified information. It warns that inaccurate reporting risks causing distress to the bereaved family and unnecessarily public anxiety, while also undermining public trust in the media. Director General Webster Malido says the guidance issued is under Section 5 of the Independent Broadcasting Authority Act of 2002, which promotes ethical broadcasting standards and responsible journalism in Zambia. Zambia Police Service in Zambia District have launched a manhunt for suspects who broke into Kafula Rural Health Center and stole assorted medical supplies and electronic devices valued over 24,000 kwacha. The incident was reported over the weekend after the facility was discovered broken into. The stolen items include 17 boxes of carton, malaria rapid diagnostic test kits, and Neo laptop, 2 power banks, 3 electric adapters, and a and a bucket of boom washing powder. The break-in was reported by nurse in charge Emmanuel Maluka, who secured the facility after his shift on Saturday and later found the main door open the following morning. Kapula Province Police Commanding Officer Godfrey Mwanza says police established that suspect forced entry by damaging the main door lock using a known instrument before accessing the storeroom and screening room. He says investigations are ongoing and has urged members of the public to assist in identifying the suspects. The United States Ambassador to Zambia, Michael Gonzalez, has paid a courtesy call on the Ministry of Health, Alex Mkatekwa, while both sides reaffirmed their commitment to strengthening cooperation in the health sector. The engagement focused on sustaining health services amid changes in global health financing. Minister Katekwa says the evolving global financing landscape is a wake-up call for Zambia to strengthen self-sufficiency in the health sector, as government under President Hakainde Hichilema prioritizes domestic resource mobilization. He highlights ongoing efforts to improve accountability systems to enhance tools such as smart care to reduce theft of medical supplies and strengthen service delivery. Ambassador Gonzalez says the United States remains committed to supporting life-saving health interventions and strengthening Zambia's health system. He added that continued collaboration between the two countries is key to ensuring quality health care delivery during the ongoing transition in funding support. We take our first break. International and sports news coming up. Iran blames US over stealth talks as maritime tensions raise in Strait of Hormuz. And Zambia beats Rwanda 2-1 to seal place in 2026 FIFA Under-17 Women's World Cup qualifiers next round.
The Information and Communications University is complementing government effort in promoting legal and safe mining for all Zambians. ICU is offering a short practical training course to artisanal and small-scale miners and those who intend to venture into mining. This training covers identification of rocks and minerals, mining operations and equipment, health and safety in mining, environmental protection, licensing and compliance. Qualifications: National Registration Card NRC. Apply now at www.icuzambia.net. For more information, contact the ICU School of Mines, Department of Artisanal and Small-Scale Mining at +260 763 302 596 or +260 973 263 492. For analysis of mineral samples, contact the ICU School of Mines Laboratory at +260 973 263 492 or +260 977 833 434.
Welcome back. Now in our international news, senior Iranian officials have accused Washington of delaying peace negotiations, citing a continued United States naval blockade on Iranian ports as a main obstacle to dialogue. The remarks came amid raising tensions at sea and renewed diplomatic strain between the two countries. Iranian's Revolutionary Guard says it has captured 2 foreign vessels in the Strait of Hormuz and opened fire on the third ship for allegedly violating maritime regulations. Iran President Moscow Pakistani says Tehran remains open to dialogue, but adds that breach of commitments, blockade and threats are the main obstacle to genuine negotiations. In the United States, White House spokesperson Caroline Leavitt says no deadline has been set by President Donald Trump regarding the extension of the Iran ceasefire, stating that the decision on when it ends remain with the president. Meanwhile, Lebanon has condemned Israel over the killing of journalist Khalid and injury of Zinab Farij despite ongoing ceasefire. It says it has been reported violated. We take a short break. Sports news coming up. Welcome back, and now in our sports news, Zambia's under-17 women's national team has advanced to the next round of the 2026 FIFA under-17 World Women Cup qualifier after a 2-1 victory over Rwanda under-17 women's national team in the return league. The result secured a 4-1 aggregate win for the Copa Princesses, which overturned an early setback to SEL qualification. Rwanda took the lead through Sylvia Umunakandi in the 15th minute, putting pressure on the host of home. Zambia responded in the second half with Faith Kajia Kapilingo equalizing in the 74th minute before Natasha Kasema converted from the penalty spot in the 82nd minute to complete the comeback. The Copa Princesses now move to face DR Congo in the next round of qualification. The match images were shared by the Football Association of Zambia media following the final whistle. That sports item brings us to the end of ICU TV Lunchtime News, but before we go, a quick recap of the stories that made headlines. Lungu's body remains in South Africa amid ongoing investigations. IBA issues guidance to broadcasters on coverage of former President Lungu's matter. And police launch manhunt over theft at Kafula Rural Health Center in Zambia. In our international news, Iran blames US over stealth talks as maritime tensions raise in Strait of Hormuz. In our sports news, Zambia beat Rwanda 2-1 to seal place in 2026 FIFA Under-17 Women's World Cup qualifiers next round. Thank you so much for tuning in to our lunchtime news. For more details, do watch our menus at 20 hours. Have a lovely afternoon and God bless.